All right, you're welcome back. This is Editors Forum. Let's see now if we can shift and talk about another topic before we see where we can establish connections with our guests in Abuja to see how we can have a different perspective. The other issue now has to do with the issue of forgiving terrorists. It's still insecurity anyway, but the federal government is saying, look, these persons, they are no longer into terrorism. They have made up their mind, they have repented, and they are very sincere, they are very genuine about terrorist activities, but they're no longer with these people. They want to come back to the society and help make the society a better place. Should we allow these people come back? Should we forgive them? Should we reintegrate them back to the society? Olusegun, your thoughts, please.
Yes, that's simple and direct. You see, things of security of this nature, I don't think federal government is even supposed to talk about it in the open, as far as I'm concerned, because federal government should look at the cost-benefit analysis of what these people have been able to do, what they can get from them, what is the purpose of coming, and how they can be able to take those that have been kidnapped, for many years now. The Chibok girls are with them. There are others that are still with them. Now, if you say, let us give our consent and give them amnesty, so others will be encouraged to come back. If you say we should take them and arrest them, some would not want to come back. And there are many issues that is still at stake in terms of security, that is reflecting on that Northeast as a whole. So whether they should give them amnesty or not should not even come. The government should not say, as far as I'm concerned, government should just begin to receive them and hold their peace to allow more of all these people to come back, so that they can be able to get those that are coming. You would recall last week that within 2 weeks, two of the Chibok girls were able to come back with children. So their parent is still in need of these children. So they must come back. But if you show it to them, in the open that as they are coming, you want to, prosecute and all these things, some of them will be discouraged. So as far as I'm concerned, I would want to leave it open. Federal government should hold their peace and not to say anything. That's my recommendation on this matter, so that we can have the remaining of those that are being kidnapped, that are still being with their captives till now. We can have them back in peace. So
should we forgive them?
Yeah.
I mean, it's good to forgive. It's good to let go.
As far as I'm concerned, and I've written about this. It was published by Daily Independent on March 13, 2013. I was responding to the position then of the Sultan of Sokoto that there should be an amnesty for the Boko Haram terrorists, and I said no amnesty to terrorists.
But there was amnesty for people from the Niger Delta.
Wait, that irks me. It outrages me when you compare what happened in the Niger Delta to what is happening in the Northeast. What's the basis for comparison?
Because that's the argument.
These are people who are triggered to take up arms because of the crass negligence of their environment, the way and manner. You are taking the oil from there, then you neglect them completely. No infrastructural development, no good hospitals, no educational facilities that you can talk about. I was even there about a year ago. I went to some places, I saw things for myself, and I could not believe that. Is this where the oil well comes from? And they are so neglected. So let me say this. I have written about it and I keep talking about it. Back then, the Sultan said that it was because they are victims of injustice. What type of injustice?
All right. So I'm sure you can see images of some of the former Boko Haram terrorists live on our screen. In fact, it was more like a graduation ceremony for them, I guess. 601 of them in July were reintegrated back to the society. Engineer Kelani joins us live now from Abuja. Engineer Kelani, we have to just resort to just having a voice conversation with you. Let's hear your thoughts. Let's even start with the repentant Boko Haram terrorists. Do you subscribe to the fact that they should be reintegrated back to the society alongside the security issue where Mr. President met with the security chiefs?
Not at all. Because we have to treat people as icons, as those like the likes of Boko, because they are trying to succeed. And anyone who wants to succeed in the country, that person should be treated as a privileged felony group who want actually to live the country. So their integration, to me, is not going to work now. And they are surrendering. We should be very, very careful. We have seen where, you know, notorious armed robbers and those who are trying to, you know, break the country. After a while, they will now go back to their nefarious activities. So the military should be very careful. The government must be very careful. We have to checkmate them properly to see who they are, how they started this Boko Haram, who are their sponsors. Then maybe in a long time period, we can say, okay, come, let us see how we can integrate you, but not immediately.
Exactly. Well, because just before you get to that, I understand that as at August 12, 2021, about 1,000 Boko Haram terrorists had surrendered to the Nigerian troops in Borno State, in about 3 communities there, Konduga, Goza, and Bama in Borno State. 1,000 of this, in fact, those are the images of some of them were graduated or reintegrated back into the society. Don't you think that maybe they could help in terms of information to the military to help win the war against insurgency?
Not all of them, and I think the figures are 1,500 according to the military, so 1,000.
No,
that's number
as at August 12, we had 1,000. We earlier had about 603.
So about a few days ago, there are now 1,500.
All right.
So, yeah, that's the latest figure. So what we are saying, we cannot say all of them may not be bad. We can give intelligence information to the military.
All right.
These are the people who kill many innocent people, and the families of those people that they kill are still alive. So how do you integrate these people into the society? You think they are no skirmishing? The people they kill their families will never take this integration.
All right.
And those repentant, if they say they are repentant, how repentant they are? This is what we want to know. Because they can say they are repentant, along the line now, after the government died, they exemplary result for our state. And Katsina.
Yes,
Their leaders came and said they have repented. After a long time, just about 6 months, they went back into the forest. So even the governor was saying, look at these people. So we cannot trust them. The only thing the military is supposed to do now is to make sure they checkmate them properly.
All right.
And make sure that these people that are saying they are surrounded, they don't have any hidden agenda. That's number one.
Yes. So on the other issue, because we're pressed for time, on the other issue of Mr. President meeting with security chiefs on Thursday, saying he doesn't want to leave office as a failure, do you think that sums up the past 5 years of the administration as a failure already?
Well, the administration has not failed. It has 3 agendas: security, corruption, fighting, and the economy. I think the government has been doing well.
In what area, please? In what area? In the anti-corruption crusade, or in terms of security, or in terms of Nigeria's economy?
Let me take it one by one. On the issue of security, we don't have food security. When we took over in 2015, there were bombs everywhere in this country. It has subsided. And that's why you can see the pressure on Boko Haram now has made them to be surrendering. So that one is an achievement. Secondly, we learned that most of these Boko Haram elements have migrated from Borno to all the northern forest. coupled with what we have with some of the herdsmen and the foreign elements that infiltrated our forest, they are now kidnapping, they are now maiming and also killing people. So we believe by the time government has already given a marching order to the services that will not tolerate them sticking without doing the right thing. I think in the next few months, the issue of kidnapping in this country will be a thing of the past. It will be out of the question.
Really?
Because you saw what happened yesterday in Katsina State. The governor was able to recruit 3,000 vigilantes, and they are going to work in collaboration with the police and the other security agencies, and that is what other states now are doing with here, with the army, with the police. You see, the issue of insecurity in this country
okay, yes.
the issue of the president.
Yes, Engineer Mohammed, because of time again, I wonder, because some Nigerians have expressed fears as regards the takeover by the Taliban in Afghanistan, in terms of the impact on insurgency here in Nigeria. We know how deadly the insurgents are here in Nigeria. They've been ranked like as one of the deadliest in the world. Do you think that the takeover of the Taliban in Afghanistan, taking over that nation in less than 1 week, would impact positively on the Boko Haram insurgents here? We also understand, we're learning very recently, that we even do have new groups of terrorists, emerging terrorist groups.
Mr. Kelly, I think what we need to do in this country is to come together. This country belongs to all of us. We don't have any other country.
Of course.
We should stop. We should you see, the issue of providing the taking nationalism, we kept saying it, will not be the question. Over 40 years, America was in Afghanistan. They didn't really go there. So all hands must be on deck to make sure that we fight this IPOP and the rest of it. It's not the issue of saying it's only the North or everything that consumes the North is going to consume the whole country.
Of course.
And this country is ours. We don't have any other country.
Absolutely.
So I think what happened, America withdrew and Taliban came back. What we are fighting is dangerous, it's dangerous. So all we don't need to treat it with the kid gloves.
All right.
All we need to do is to come together and make sure that we fight this insurgency in Nigeria.
All right.
So that
yes. So all right. So stay with us. We will check in with you very shortly as we get some reactions here in the studio. I understand, or I want to believe that you're following our conversation. So let's get reactions here, and then we'll check in with you too.
I just want to quickly say something on what Dr. Kilani Mohammed said regarding coming together as one in Nigeria. I would appreciate Dr. Kilane to plead with the president, to tell him what I just said on air now, that the president should start with that word "one Nigeria" in his appointment, in the allegation Obasanjo had alleged him to be doing, in the perception that the Nigerian people are saying. We, the media, we watch. There are many instances where somebody will retire from.
Is that part of what is causing insecurity in the country?
That is what is the patriotism that Dr. Kelani is talking about is a reflection of what is happening even in the armed forces and the police. When you give those who can do the job the position, you can be rest assured that those jobs will be executed meaningfully with great result and impact.
Yes. So
yes,
the reactions.
Yeah, I didn't have enough time that moment when we were looking at amnesty for Boko Haram or terrorists. I want to stress this issue emphatically. Now, a government is a father figure. If you as a father, you have one or two of your children that is very unruly, one that causes problem, and then you keep slapping that child on the wrist and you allow him. The others are watching. Those others, they have even evil inclinations, and they will come back and do what? Senator Ali Ndume has won severally that up north in the northeast, that those they said have been forgiven. What happens to them? One of them went back to kill, to kill his father.
Which Kelani also mentioned.
Some of them went down to Delta State to kill some people. So I ask myself, where is the justice? For instance, the victims of their killings, their maiming, and all the rest, they are in IDP camps. Where they are not fed. Some of them are feeding on onion leaves, right? Some of them are raped. Then you now take those who have appeared to you as if they have repented, and then what do? You give them from our own common purse, you feed them, you send them outside Nigeria for Western education, you give them the comforts that they are not supposed. So whether it's from the Quran or the Bible, thou shalt not kill, and whoever kills must die. Until, and I'm so happy that the Arewa Consultative Forum has of recent joined the voice with the father. Anybody caught killing, anybody that has been involved in killing, must face the law. If not, why do we have the Constitution as the ground norm? Why do we have the government in place? Yes. This is very, very important.
Okay, so
as far as I'm concerned, there is no moral, there is no political, there is no religious support for granting amnesty to killers, which means they are saying, because the message they are passing across is what matters. They are saying that the life of those they have killed is not as important as their own lives.